How we doing, guys? This is TVW slash The Vault Within. Wow, haven't said that in quite a while. So I'm making this video because, as you guys can see from the title, I am starting a new channel, and I felt like it was a good thing for me to do this for this channel. And I don't know how long this video will be, just enough to get my point across as far as why I'm making this video. So let me begin with this. So I've been going through a lot of life changes in the past few years. I don't know if some of you guys have been keeping up with what I've been doing. I've been very MIA on this channel for quite some time. It's been a few years since I uploaded on this channel, but I wanted to make pretty much this video as pretty much a send-off farewell video, just to let y'all know, how much I appreciate all the support over the years when I started this channel. I started this channel when I was 16 years old, and it all started when I was playing Modern Warfare 2, Halo Reach, or I believe it was Halo 4 at the time, when things were just starting to, kickstart for gaming. And I followed a lot of the YouTubers. We called them YouTubers back in the day, not content creators, So I told my dad, or asked my dad if it was possible, if he can get me a video game capture card. And at the time, I believe it was one of the AverMedia game capture cards at the time. And it was a pretty solid tool, a piece of hardware that served its purpose. It allowed me to record gameplay in HD, like 720p. It wasn't really able to record in 1080p. I think it was like 1080i at the time, which was interesting. So never really took advantage of the 1080i function, so I just stuck with 720p. So this channel it all started from me just wanting to upload videos of me just playing my favorite video games. And I think one of the first few videos I made was Soul Calibur 5 at the time. It was one of the fighting games I was playing a lot at the time, and thought it was cool to show off some sick gameplay clips at the time. And yes, I was one of those guys who recorded gameplays on my phone and uploaded it on YouTube. So that's when I eventually asked my dad to get me a capture card for my birthday. And I think I was a junior at the time, or maybe a sophomore in high school. So I started to get into recording Call of Duty, Soul Cal. I was recording everything I was playing. Mind you, I was only 16, 17 years old going into this. I had no idea what I was doing. I just thought, we'll just record any gameplay, any game that I'm having a fun time playing. Let's upload it, do some commentary, old school style, and let's see where it goes. And then eventually, throughout my high school, like end of senior year to college, I was really going all out on Elder Scrolls content. I think one of my first videos that actually got, I don't want to say viral, but got a lot of views. Nobody was really making any content about the Ebony Warrior that you can fight in Skyrim, especially on Master difficulty. So, lo and behold, I was like, well, nobody really has a video about this, so let me go ahead and try that. And as you can see, like, it got a few thousand views, and that was pretty huge for me as like a 16, 17-year-old teenager. You kind of see a video take off like that, and you start to tell yourself, like, this is actually kind of fun. This is actually pretty sick. On people are actually engaged and watching my videos. And that was like the greatest feeling, not gonna lie, this was more of a creative hobby, like overall. And not only that, I saw people engage with other people in the comment section, just talking about Elder Scrolls. And that was really cool to see and just be in the middle of all of that. So the reason why I'm making this video is because I think I believe it was the Friday the 13th video I made, not the recent Dead by Daylight video that I uploaded, but the video before that. I was in 2020, I guess I should start with that time period. 2020, I was furloughed from my job as an audio technician. And throughout 2020, it was really like one of those things where I was like, okay, we got to do something here. And at the time, I was friends with a few people who were involved and actually in the game industry that actually have jobs. I'm talking about people who work at Blizzard, Obsidian Entertainment, Insomniac, Blind Squirrel Games. Because you have to remember, I was in the Orange County area of California, so game dev was everywhere, you know, near me. So I thought, well, let's hustle and do some sound design. I'm a musician at heart, and I saw a lot of musicians get into sound design as like the next logical move. You know, if you don't want to do full-time music or get into full-time being a live musician, some guys would go into sound design as the next step or a next potential career they can get into. So what I did was, a few of my friends, one of my buddies actually, who is a senior programmer at Obsidian, he and I did our first, well, he's done many game jams, way more than I have. And he's been kind of just a mentor slash friend who guided my steps to dive into that. And I did my first game jam with him literally in April of 2020 for the Ludum Dare. I don't remember which Ludum Dare it was, but it was 40 something. And that was my first game I actually did sound design on. I not only did the sound design assets that I created, but I also tried implementation using Wise. And for those of you that don't know Wise is a middleware software that sound designers or technical artists or technical programmers, they will use that to talk with game engines like Unity or Unreal, and that's how you implement sounds and music into your game. So throughout 2020, I was hustling, you know, working on my sound design chops, creating my demo reel, working on my website, and then I was just advertising my services on Reddit, the TIG forums, TIG forums, the Unity forums. I was advertising my services everywhere. And that's basically how I got one of my first gigs. I did some sound design work for Valco Game Studios, and I'm sure some of you guys may have known there's this small horror indie game called Labyrinthine that I worked on. It actually recently got Best VR Game of the Year or of 2023, which is pretty sick. Really proud of that team, or of the team that worked on that game, where it's going. And then famous animator YouTuber Gonzo SSM reached out to me for sound design services for helping out with his Elden Ring animated videos, which till this day I watch them and they're freaking hilarious. So yeah, then I had some other projects, unannounced projects that I worked on that I can't say, and I don't know if they'll be released at all, but you know, that's part of the game dev or game industry life. Sometimes you work on a few projects and some of them don't even see the light of day, but that's just part of it. So that was pretty much what I was doing, and then I thought it would be a good idea to find a full-time job on the side while I do part-time freelancing as well. So I wasn't able to find any potential jobs later on in California. So I applied for another job, and the job was here in Indiana. And I basically moved from California to Indiana. And at the time, my fiance and I, or during that time, she was my girlfriend. I haven't even proposed to her yet. And we were pretty much distant for almost half a year. I was living on my own here in Indiana while she was still working part-time in California. And then later, during July of 2021, I believe, we got married, you know, or 2022, I believe, was the year I proposed to her. So then she moved in with me here in Indiana, and I'm still currently working at my current job right now, but I have a plan, and I thought, you know, I also have a podcast called Haunted Behind Design. Some of you might know of the podcast a little bit who follow me, but it's a podcast where I interview game developers, voiceover artists, musicians, content creators, and you can find it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. And I was doing that for a while, still doing it till this day. I'm just on a break right now from doing episodes on it. So I know this is a lot. Like I said, I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I just thought I'd create this video for pretty much thanking all of you great fellow subscribers, viewers who have been supporting this channel, following my content, being engaged. I really appreciate it, honestly. I mean, I'm not going to delete this channel. This channel will always be here, you know, because I don't believe in deleting old work that you've done, because it kind of makes you appreciate how far you've come and where it all began when it came to creating content. So I'm going to start a new channel. I'm not sure when this video gets uploaded if my new channel is going to have a new video uploaded at the time, but I will say this new channel is going to be basically a sound design channel. And those of you who want to stay and are interested in video game sound design, that's going to be the content that's going to be uploaded onto that channel. Reason why I'm doing that? Well, when I miss making videos, you know, the podcast in a way was for me to still create and still be creative in a way. And I will still do the podcast, but I kind of had a awakening moment, I guess, a few weeks ago. And I really thought how much fun I had making content on YouTube. I was a little bit bitter on YouTube for a while, just with YouTube's new changes, especially with MCNs, which were multi-channel networks that would help promote your videos, and they would give you, you know, just a revenue split when it came to views. Like I was with Necessary Gaming. They're part of Broadband TV at the time. And then later I got out of that contract and I signed on with Curse Network. And that was a big deal for me, because the requirements to get a partnership deal with them was to get at least 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, I believe it was like 5,000 views monthly or something, and we got that. So I thought about starting this new channel, and it's going to be solely sound design focused. Again, if you're interested in that, I will have that linked in the description here for you to check it out. And, you know, if that's something you're interested in, you can subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of my new videos on there. But like I said, guys, like, I wanted to create this new channel to still continue my creative just talents. Even just saying that, like, creative talents, my creative chops, doing YouTube for a while. I'm very familiar with the platform. I understand it's changed over the few years, so, you know, things like that are always going to change every year, but that's all about adapting. So yeah, I have a lot of ideas for this new channel. It's mainly just supposed to, you know, I want to provide educational value content for those who, if any of you guys are curious about the game industry, or if you're curious about sound design, I would definitely check it out, because I'm going to be pretty nerdy when it comes to the technical aspect, especially when it comes to like how I go about making sound design, making sounds for certain games, or certain, whether it's like creature sounds, Foley, gunshot sound. Like, I'm gonna have a lot of stuff on there. But yeah, I mean, all I can say, guys, is, you know, I really appreciate you guys just sticking around. And like I said, I'm not going to delete this channel. It's going to always be here. And again, if that's something you're interested in, feel free to follow it, subscribe to that channel. I will eventually have other videos like this onto the new channel when it comes to just talking about freelancing, business, how to get into the game industry, networking. All of that type of content is going to be on there, so definitely stick around for sure if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, guys, I don't want to make this video any longer, but I wanted to at least owe it to all of y'all sticking around, and just to let you know, because like I said, I thought it would make sense for me to reach out to you guys who are still following the channel, or if you've stayed all the way to the end of this video. Yeah, just check it out. Like I said, it's still game related, you know. It's not like I'm going from, you know, gaming to like cooking or construction. Like, I'm not going into any far niches like that. It's still going to be video game oriented, but, you know, as a sound designer, musician, I thought, hey, let's make content for sound design or just game audio in general and see where it goes. So I'm looking forward to this new channel. I already have a lot of plans of series and videos I want to make for it. And who knows, maybe eventually later on, you know, casually, I'll get into just live streaming on Twitch or YouTube on here and just playing games, you know, even if I'm not doing like sound design stuff, you know, if you just want to hang out, chill, I'll probably stream some games every now and then, keep you guys updated on that. But anyways, I am going to wrap up this video, and like I said, if this video is uploaded before I have a new video on the second channel, debating if I'm gonna upload this until I upload that new video into the other channel. We'll see. But yeah, as always, guys, feel free to still leave a comment on this video. Like, how did you find out about my channel? I'd be curious to see how you guys stumbled on my channel, or what video got you interested. Anyways, guys, this is the Vault Within here, and I'll see you on the other side.